What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.
The motherfuckers who have already ran for 600, 700,000 years of civilizations. The motherfuckers who have already erected buildings and monuments that are still standing fucking today. That's what the fuck emerges. You feel what I'm saying? Pay attention to that shit, because then genocide comes. And that's the genocide that doesn't need a gun, it doesn't need a bomb, it doesn't need nuclear weapons. It needs a phallus. It needs a fucking phallus. You feel what I'm saying? So pay attention. I don't just speak on masculinity because I think we need to be more manly. Nah, we manly. We manly. A lot of us can fight. You know, we know how to be gangsters and shit. We can do that shit, but are we rational? Are we on that level on the spiritual and mental too? That's what we need to elevate to. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to elevate to. But first we need to understand that we operate through toxic femininity, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why we battling with women. This is why men can get catty and argumentative with women. Because it's not a man arguing with a woman. It's toxic femininity battling healthy femininity. And in some cases, it's toxic femininity battling toxic femininity. Now a woman is completely neutralized when she actually interacts with a masculine man. Both your regular femininity and your toxic femininity can't last. So when you get to a point, oh, he's not arguing with me, he's not doing this, he just doesn't care. He rationalizes. He cares, he has that emotional component, but this requires rationale right now. You feel me? This requires rationale right now. So are you operating from toxic femininity, involved with a toxic feminine man? Pay attention to that shit. Are you healthy? Is your femininity healthy? Or is it conditional, depending on a situation? You feel what I'm saying? Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Because that's a heavy dynamic. That's a heavy dynamic too. These two things must run concurrent. The conversations that we need to have and the shit that we need to put on the table is that. It's deeper than just manliness and woman. Like, I need me a passive. And again, this is where submission rules right now. When men want women to submit, it's I want my toxic femininity to reign supreme over fucking yours. I ain't mean to say fucking that hard. My bad. I ain't mean to cuss that hard. Like, that's that power. You feel what I'm saying? So now, as a man, when I come off and say, I don't need a woman to submit to me because I'm not even battling her. My femininity is not battling hers. Her femininity can reign supreme because she's the one. I gotta let her do that shit. I'm not in conflict with that. But she has to submit to me when my toxic femininity is too strong. It's too weak. It's not as strong as hers. You feel what I'm saying? I can't let you have that. I can't let you have that position. You feel me? This is why, the woman's gonna submit to a man who's lead. So acknowledge this shit and walk away from this with this right here. If you're letting a man lead you, if you're submitting to a man who can show you something and he's operating through toxic femininity, you ain't gonna fucking go nowhere but to destruction. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's really what's gonna happen to you. And that's what has become of the man today. You feel me? Certain men have already been operating under that shit. Anybody who can impress a woman, anybody who has to subjugate a woman and shit, look at the whole religious construct. Motherfuckers did not like women. How you think this shit was set up? Because it was toxic feminine motherfuckers who did not want to allow women to remain in their feminine component. Because it's creation. So I gotta destroy. This is why all of these books are about fucking war and conquering. How the fuck can you be and live in an abundant world that tells you to be fruitful and multiply if everywhere you go is genocide? What the fuck are you multiplying? And what the fuck is being fruitful? You feel me? But again, pay attention to that shit. You know what I mean? When toxic femininity emerges, it has to battle. You feel what I'm saying? So this is when you get those alpha, beta, epsilon male concepts from. Those complexes. This is where that shit comes from. Because you're dealing with toxically feminine men. You feel what I'm saying? To where when the supposedly the top of the toxically feminine men, he has to battle with a natural alpha. He has to battle with a naturally masculine man. You know what I'm saying? He has to assert his motherfucking self. You feel what I'm saying? He can't stand on his own. You know what I'm saying? Watch the shit when you get him. Like, just pay attention. Watch the observations of how men move. When you see when a man is toxically feminine, because he ain't got no problem with arguing or slapping the shit out of a bitch. Like, that's what it is. Because my toxic femininity can't be is in conflict with yours. My femininity is in conflict with yours. And in order for me to be a man, it has to be through toxic femininity, because I can't exhibit emotion.